Hello everyone. You can't really see me that well because I'm super small, so that you can see the deck. But I'm here with the actual Merfolk Master currently. How do I say your name? Jonathon Zaczek or? Okay,
I don't know if you
so
have a similar pronunciation
in Czech.
in the Czech Republic.
Uh,
You should know better than anyone else. It's the Czech
I'm sorry.
Republic.
I'm
What do you
sorry.
get? What's going on
I
here?
just assume it's gonna be pronounced differently. So
It's
and
Polish, so you know it's very similar.
I see, I see. So anyway, just to give people some context, I used to be like the original Merfolk Master, I guess. I even top 16 my first Pro Tour with Merfolk, and then Jonathan, he loves Merfolk, so he kind of reached out to me. We talked a couple of times, and eventually I just stopped playing Merfolk, but Jonathan continued, and today we're just gonna play a league with a Merfolk deck. I'm probably gonna be pretty bad at playing it right now, that's why we have you here, but I'm looking forward to it.
You're gonna help me.
Well,
I sometimes wonder where I'd be if it wasn't for you. I mean, it was really lucky that you started offering some advice in this forum online. At the same time, I'm trying to get into Merfolk. And like, I mean, if these two things didn't happen at the exact same time, who knows what I would play? Maybe I'd be a Death Shadow player at this point.
So maybe we should talk about a deck list at first because this is not really what I expected. Like for example, Skyflight Apparition is something that I didn't really expect, but um, I don't know. Just go ahead. Can you maybe explain the card choices?
Let's go into the cards. It's rough for Merfolk right now. Ever since the banning of Uro, that was one deck that was keeping Merfolk afloat because, hey, if there's a lot of islands in the metagame, that's good for Merfolk. That's great. But I would have to say a lot of the old advantages are slowly being stripped away from us. Skyclave Apparition, for example, I'm reaching out to this card because it's an all-around answer to anything and everything, whether it be Planeswalker like Karn, Ensnaring Bridge, Dryad of the Elysian Grove. Like, there are so many tools that, maybe I play Brazen Borrower to bounce an Ensnaring Bridge, but it's not that great against creatures in the long run, like Death Shadow, for example. Eventually, the Death Shadow will get replayed, and it'll just smash my head in amongst like many other problems that Merfolk might have. So I'm reaching out to Skyclave, and I really like this card. It's a bit clunky, but it does do what it's meant to do, and as to permanently deal with a lot of potential problems that Merfolk has. Hey, we've played with spirits before. We played with Kiera, right? So it doesn't need to be on tribe. So we're reaching out to the spirits for some help. I have to admit, though, that there is one downside to this card, and that makes creature combat a little bit more difficult, because if I take a big thing, I'm a little apprehensive attacking with my creatures, because if they kill the Skyclave Apparition, they might have a big blocker in the way or something like that.
I see. How about a mimic?
Uh,
Mimic is, I guess it kind of makes sense. Like we have wilds and stuff, and it's just like additional creature that is also land. Sometimes you don't even have anything to play on turn one, so you can kind of play for free. Would
that's
you
right.
would you say that's accurate?
Yes, that's correct. And curving out into Master of Waves is a lot better than not. I would say the number one way I'm losing with Merfolk these days, I mean, there's a few ways, but getting tempoed out is one of them. So if I have like a one land Ether Vial hand, like nothing matters. Like my opponent will just be more mana efficient than me, and they'll curve out better and then crush me. So if a deck is playing 2 spells a turn, but we can only play 1 spell a turn, we will most certainly lose to anything. So this helps curve us out, and yeah, I can copy lords, get extra cards. I'm hoping is a better combo with Master of Waves. I'm suffering versus Burn and Prowess and maybe some other decks where I need to go wide to get in some damage. So I'm hoping Master of Waves is going to help. I haven't picked up Master of Waves since Plague Engineer got printed. But Plague Engineer now disappeared from all the sideboards. So now I'm bringing back Master of Waves. I'm hoping it's going to be good. A lot of answers to Merfolk over the last few years.
How
Uh,
about a two spreading seas? The deck used to play four, so I'm just like a little bit curious about that.
Spreading Seas has just gotten progressively worse every single year to the point where I don't even want to play this card. I just don't even want to play it, but it's just a necessary evil against Tron, and occasionally you need to get unblockable damage in. But it is such a bad card. In the past, we used to put it on creature lands, right? Well, now there are no creature lands in the format. In the past, it could mana screw a deck. But these days we have like Is It Prowess, which doesn't care. Eldrazi Tron, which also doesn't really care. They'll just curve out anyway and use, you know, blue mana is
Yeah.
fine to them. Its only great application is hitting Utopia Sprawl. That's the only big blowout. And I think that the thing that hurt Spreading Seas the most, very hard to recognize, but was the London Mulligan. No one will ever
I
randomly
see.
have like random hands. They'll always have great hands with the right amount of mana and will curve out perfectly. Not
That
to
makes
mention
sense.
also everything's really mana efficient. So even if you Spreading Seas, say a Death Shadow deck, a Jund Death Shadow deck, they play Scourge of the Skyclaves on turn 2 anyway, and it doesn't matter to them. So like a lot of decks can use the colorless mana. So in the end, like Spreading Seas just lost a ton of value progressively over the years.
Okay, let's talk about the sideboard a little bit. For one card that I'm pretty surprised seeing is Bind the Monsters. You know, on a first glance, I would think it's worse than a Dismember, but you probably have a reason why this is better. So if you can talk about it a little bit.
Trying to save some life versus Is It Prowess, basically.
I
That
see.
deck can deal a lot of damage to you. Dismember, like maybe this. I'm hoping that Path to Exile is basically my Dismember. Trying to keep my life total as high as possible. Also, turns out that Path to Exile not too bad against Amulet decks. So they play a Primeval Titan, you can path it away. And sometimes you can just win from there. Like if they put all their resources into a Primeval Titan, maybe they'll get Teleria West, but you can answer that with a Force of Negation. But Dismember can't kill a Primeval Titan. Neither can this, but I'm hoping that this is going to at least save myself some life while interacting against Is It Prowess. This is just a random card in here. Maybe it could be Tidebinder Mage. I'm not really committed to this card at all.
I see. Besides that, we see a lot of counter spells. I kind of understand the four Force of Negation because it's just like great against, you know, many decks. But for Deprive seems like a lot of Deprives, so you probably have a pretty good reason why you're running it.
This is probably a better card versus Control than Force Negation. Honestly, I'm not in love with Force Negation. It's just a necessary evil sometimes. It's nice to tap out versus Tron and just Goldfish to a turn 4 kill while you like have Force Negation up. But really, this 2-for-1 just murders you too much in the deck. You usually can't afford to 2-for-1 yourself too much, especially since Modern has so much card advantage, you know, with Seasoned Pyromancer and it gets really ugly really quickly. So if you don't want to destroy yourself on card advantage too much, you can play Deprive. It's just a clean answer to any particular combo, and it's actually really good versus Control. But it's better if you play with like flash creatures like Merfolk Trickster, to be honest. But you know, it's a solid counter spell. Probably was always good in the deck.
Okay, let's get into the matches, I guess.
Sweet.
Oh, by the way, you're also
Do
playing two mutables. That's kind of interesting as well.
it was the only way to make the double white work with
I see.
Skyclave
Sure.
Apparition.
Sure, that makes sense. I just wanted to mention that. How is life, by the way? Everything good?
Life is great. I'm a YouTuber now and
Oh,
a
really?
streamer.
Wow.
So life was not hard for me when we went to COVID because I'm like COVID lockdown. I'm at home all the time anyway.
I see. Maybe I can send you the file of this video and you can upload it to your channel as well if you want to.
I think it's fine. You just upload it to yours and I'll just direct everyone there.
Sure.
It's all good.
Sure. How long does it usually take to find an opponent online? I'm a little bit worried about that.
Not too long. Anywhere between 0 to 2 minutes.
Okay, that should be fine.
How much time do you have?
No, I have. It's not about that. It's just like for the viewers and stuff. I guess I could like edit it if it was too long.
Videos.
Yeah. No, I can do that. Yeah, of course.
Like personally, for my videos, I edit out all the space between matches, so they don't see this 2-minute nonsense. Oh yeah, because of course they will just like they'll snap leave, or like most of them won't tolerate waiting unless you have some background music in there.
Well, I think it's different now because we're like at least like talking and saying some stuff. But of course, if you're there alone, it makes sense to edit it.
So I would say I could confidently say I've been consistently winning with this deck up until maybe the end of November, early December when Uro got banned. After the banning of Uro, there's not really many blue decks in the metagame. Like if I play against a blue deck, that's great, but now it's just the format is so mana efficient and there's just so many problems. Oh, excellent. We can keep this hand.
Here we see the power of the mimic, right?
That's right, the power of the mimic. We don't have to mulligan these hands. Like mulliganing now, especially on the play, it's so brutal. Like I said, there's so much card advantage. Um, like spreading seas is sort of useless now, so we can't get card advantage out of that. The Mutavault's threat density isn't worth what it was before, and also Silver Gill Adapt isn't worth as much as it was before.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're up against the Ponza deck.
A Bonza, they play white now? Like, I haven't played Modern in like a year, so...
There is a really janky red-white Ponza deck. Should be a buy. Like, I just can't... If this is burn, then playing Spreading Seas here is very good.
Yeah, but it's like really unlikely that it's burn, right? Like, he didn't have a turn 1 play. Do you think that's like not... Like, it's obviously possible, but it's like pretty unlikely. He was like on a draw. Do you think he would keep a hand with just like no plays on turn 1?
Do you want to play a Lord or you want to Siphon?
Well, I would play...
I honestly don't want to depend on this card.
Yeah, I would just play Lord, but low confidence.
Like, that's my biggest problem, is I try to go to Mana Screw my opponent, and it almost never works, and now you're just down a turn.
Yeah, exactly.
Always down a turn. Jonathon one. Okay.
That's great
like,
for us.
Red, white.
Oh, like the Anger of the Gods kind of a deck?
They might screw us, though. Oh, God. Okay, there is a problem here, though. If they play Blood Moon... If they're a Blood Moon deck, and I'm pretty sure they are, we'll be in trouble.
Yeah. I mean, we have to play a Lord. There's not really anything we can do. Have you thought maybe about playing Celestial Purge? Probably just not good enough, right?
Oh, no, it's fine. It's totally fine. I've definitely played the card. The problem with it is it doesn't answer Stormwing Entity. Like, that's one of the main creatures that will kill me in the Is It Prowess deck. Mm-hmm. It's like a 5-mana 3/3 blue creature. So Celestial Purge is like, it's a good card, but it blanks on that one card.
I see. I'm a little bit worried about Wrath of God, but I guess you have to play the Lord anyway.
I'm not too afraid of... I mean, maybe they got Wrath of God. I'm not really concerned about this matchup. If we lose game 1, we'll definitely win games 2 and 3. This is,
definitely.
In my opinion, a pretty favorable matchup. These prison decks.
So when you're streaming, are you just like always playing Merfolk, or are you streaming other things as well?
No, just Merfolk. I will occasionally play something else if someone pays me to do it, but outside of that, I'll just play Merfolk.
You're just committed to Merfolk. It's actually...
Well, I mean, it did well for me up to this point. Like, you were right, Petter. You said that it was underrated. We had one person win a Grand Prix. We had a second person win a Grand Prix with Merfolk, and then I almost won a Grand Prix with Merfolk. So you were right. You could go. Oh, you see, you were worried. You're
I just knew. I just knew.
Well. All right, so.
Yeah, I was like thinking about playing Spreading Seas maybe last turn, but.
I might actually want to keep the Mimic.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I think I agree with you. If you had like any way to like double spell next turn by playing the Mimic, maybe it would be worth it, but as it is.
Well, we could play Skyclave into Ether Vial, but I don't know if that's important. You see, this card would just screw me here normally, but we got the Skyclave Apparition, and we can copy it with the Glasspool Mimic if necessary.
But the Apparition, then, yeah.
Or maybe they'll get Liquid Metal Coating, I don't know. Oh, they got Coating? Well, that's useless. And like the thing is, if I were to bounce this card...
Yeah, I understand.
It would just come back. Like, I don't have... It's not going to work in the long run. I really need to get rid of this thing to turn this on. Well, maybe I don't need Path to Exile online.
If you win this game, I'm gonna be really surprised. But
if we win?
Yeah, but like maybe like I don't know. Maybe he just like floods out or something. But
they're at 7 life. Okay, this is interesting. So what? They must have. They didn't play Liquid Metal Coating.
He might have like Settle or Wreckage or something. I'm not really sure what the deck plays. So it's hard for me to give advice, but...
Or a... some 4-mana card. Whatever, you got Sell the Wreckage, you got Sell the Wreckage. Lightning Helix. Oh, you got Lightning Helix.
Good old Merfolk.
But I guess we don't have to play around Path or Lightning Bolt because they wouldn't play it in the same deck as this.
That makes sense. See, I wouldn't even realize that.
Got to get back into Modern. So they probably have Bone Crusher Giants and Abrades though.
Yeah, that makes sense. It seems crazy to like have a control deck with like no 1-mana spells though, but I guess.
I think they're a Blood Moon deck. I think they're a Blood Moon.
Yeah,
deck.
I mean for sure.
Unfortunately, we're not seeing any Blood Moons. We're probably lost from here. It's funny. I just switched out Force Negation for this Path because I'm not playing against enough control decks.
Mm-hmm.
And if I do play against a control deck, I'm pretty confident in games 2 and 3.
I mean, we can just concede if you want. It depends on you.
We can't deal with this Gideon very well.
No, you just can't, yeah.
Okay, we'll move on. I'm confident in games 2 and 3.
You have like 8 counter spells, so that should help a lot.
Yes. Definitely Force Negation will be good. I don't know how many Deprived. We will not play with any Path to Exiles. We may or not need Silvergill Adapt. I'll think about it. I don't believe in Glasspool Mimic as much if my opponent is playing with a decent chunk of removal, because they'll just in response.
Are you not bringing in the Deprive?
I'm first seeing what I can cut.
Okay, I mean sure, but I think we want it for sure, right?
Sure. Let's bring in some Deprives. And by some, we'll bring in all of them.
Yeah, like I would bring all of them. Like I think it's like no matter what creature you cut, the Deprive just gotta be better, right? Like he's just playing expensive cards like Wrath of Gods and stuff. Maybe do you think Master Waves is good? It's probably fine, I guess.
Yeah, because they have a lot of red removal.
Sure.
It's all red removal.
How about Curse Catcher? Or like
Curse Catcher, this is the first time in like 3 years I'm playing with Curse Catchers because the format actually got more clunky somehow. Just randomly people are playing with like Bring to Light and Prismari Command, Kaya's Guile, and you know, if they're playing Abrades and Stomps, it's not too bad. It's not great either, but like they showed us Wrath of God, so it can counter that.
We can maybe get Marrow Regery or something. It's just like an expensive lord. I think the
60 cards right now, unless I really need one of these.
Yeah, I think the operation might be better, but I'm not sure. I'll trust your judgment.
Yeah, we're at 60. I think it'll be fine. Honestly, I don't like it, but I don't want a mulligan either.
Yeah, I don't like it either, but I would keep as well. Deprive is so awkward in his hand.
Now I'm going to show them what I have.
Deprive is just so awkward in his hand, because you just have so many expensive cards.
It's very good with Ether Vial. It's very good with Ether Vial. I'm sort of happy to see that. Well, might as well play this.
Yeah. Do you think there's like anything that you would have to counter? Like, can you think of anything?
On turn 2? Nothing. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Stomp?
Probably not, right? Also, there is no way he would do that.
This is fine.
Yeah. It's interesting that he kept them in. He probably doesn't have like enough cards to bring in or something. Wait.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, wait. We should use the Force Negation on that. See, that's what I need you here, Pater, for.
Well, I just thought it was obvious, but I couldn't stop you. I was like seeing you clicking on it. I was like, no.
Yeah, I'm
Also,
playing
like
this
maybe
Sledge
you
trying to-
maybe you wanted to force of negation for free mana as well or something. Like I don't know. Obviously, with Chalice in play, that was just awful. But it is what it is.
It is what it is. We got to move on. That's too bad because this could have been great force negation food.
Yeah.
Don't rain me. I guess I'm just gonna let that happen.
Yeah, I think so as well.
There's no way, unless I really think getting the Master of Waves out next turn is good, but I don't think so. I'm gonna sit on this Flooded Strand. I want to assume my opponent has Blood Moon, so I want to keep this up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This is like last game. We took out the 1-drops. We took out some. Did I take out all the Curse Catchers? Sorry, not all. Like did I
No,
keep
you
out
kept
one? No,
you
I
kept all of them in, I think.
We have 8 1-drops in our deck, Petter. They play Chalice, and then we draw the 1-drops.
Yeah, that's how it usually goes.
So if we didn't play Curse Catcher, I could hard cast Force Negation against that card. I do have 1 Cavern of Souls in this deck, though.
Govern is kind of awkward with Apparition, I guess, but sometimes.
Yes. So the deal is, if I'm not playing white to remove things like Dryad of the Elysian Groves or like Bike Feeder or Heliod Suncrown, you snap loose to those decks. Amulet otherwise is it's like a buy for them. And I don't really you can 5-0 leagues hoping to dodge them, but I don't have any expectation of winning a big tournament dodging Amulet and Heliod Company, like all these bad matchups. So I have to take a stand against them.
That makes sense.
What do you think? Hollowed Fountain?
Well, he can have the Blood Moon, right? White. Oh, you need double white for Operation. I see.
Yeah, if I top deck it.
Probably just Fontaine is better, but I'm not sure.
We do have Master of Waves, which can survive off of a single...
There is also a small chance that he boarded the Blood Moons out. Because you're a wild deck.
Maybe. I usually find that people just keep them in anyway.
Yeah, I would think so as well, but I think there's like some chance that he did. Especially with the fact that he showed us Chalice, that makes it like slightly more likely, I think. Well,
we can't say that they're like stream sniping us anyway. I'm gonna counter it.
He just has like so many cards that we need to deal with. It's kind of annoying. That wasn't bad, I guess.
Well, the annoying thing was the Chalice, and then we basically got 3 for 1. We drew into a 3 for 1. I mean, if we could get a land out, this Master of Waves might be invincible.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the end of the world.
Yeah. Now we draw Operation. Or Lord to punish us completely. We just draw a 2-mana Lord here. Does he have 0 cards? 2 cards. Well, hopefully this Master is good enough.
Yeah, hopefully.
Kind of a problem is that we're kind of forced to play the second Master because there just isn't enough power, and then he's just gonna Wrath of God us.
Let's hope there's no Wrath of God.
Yeah.
Let's hope it's just all stone. Well, I'm not hoping for Stone Ring because this is our only island left.
Karn, can he get anything good? He can get a coating and kill something, right? No, that's not how it works, does it?
Ensnaring Bridge just wins.
I see.
What did they get? Oh, we ticked it up.
What the fuck?
Okay, so we're gonna get another turn. I mean, unless there's I can attack it for 5, which means they can't use it at all next turn.
Why the hell did he do that?
Maybe our opponent's has Wrath of God in hand, and this would just encourage us to attack the Karn, and then maybe. That's the best I can guess.
I guess he thought that it's like kind of the same, and he just probably didn't realize that second eye. Okay. Well, now we're screwed.
Yeah, probably.
If he gets bridge, you know, with you not having access to white, it's just GG, right?
Yes, because we can no longer deal with the chalice. This looks so innocent. Again, like we got 3 for 1 here by, well, sort of pure fluke. We could have drawn one of the 1-drops, but I think if like they're down to 1 card right now in hand, so if we had anything else on the battlefield, I don't think this card would be a problem.
Yeah. Unfortunate match, but that's how it goes sometimes.
That's Magic. Well, I mean, this is part of the cost of trying to go blue-white.
Yeah, they're
It's
just
just
like...
the cost of going blue-white. It's simple as that. Like, I'm going to be weaker to Blood Moon, but Blood Moon is not popular in the format right now.
Ask your opponent about it.
Popular card. Oh god, what is this?
Oh shit.
Oh, this is not going to work at all.
It kills non-elementals, right?
Yeah, someone made this huge misplay against me before. So it can't kill these, and it can't kill these.
Yeah. Wow.
That is a huge punt. Now our opponent loses everything.
But he can still get the bridge with Karn here, right? But maybe we draw a Force of Negation. Or you can backdoor draw into Merfolk and then draw the negation from Adept.
Oh, another Master of Waves.
He didn't even get the bridge, did he?
Yeah, they didn't even get the
Oh
bridge.
shit, oh shit. What is happening? What is happening? Not only he didn't get a win card for 2 turns straight, he also played a Chandra to not do anything. That's crazy.
Yeah. Do we have enough power to win? If there is no... Okay, this one will go to Karn. This one will go to Karn. This one will go to Chandra. Alright. Our opponent has given us some chance here. One misplay deserves another.
He's probably just dead next turn, right? Wrath of God.
Well, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that they don't top deck Wrath of God.
I mean, it looks like he did, maybe.
I think they're just... Oh, you got... Well, they can't get bridge.
This game is fucking crazy. I'm enjoying it though. I'm enjoying it. We really deserve to win this match now.
4, 8, 16. Oh, I don't have lethal.
Oh, you don't. So now we lose because you didn't search for island.
No, I have 26 power in play. I have 26 power.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I missed one elemental that was tapped.
All right.
Okay, you got it.
Give me 10 seconds. I need to go to toilet. Just talk about sideboarding a little bit, please.
No problem. What are we gonna do for the sideboarding? I don't know if we're gonna change very much. I could bring in Spreading Seas to give ourselves more islands if I need to, and it also is a way of giving myself devotion for Master of Waves. But what else? Still doesn't cut our opponent off mana very well. I think this is it. Because, I mean, I could use Spreading Seas and intentionally target their planes. And if I hit the planes, then, if they play Blood Moon, they won't have any white mana available. Or very, very few. I'm not in love with Skyclave Apparition against a Blood Moon deck, but because our opponent is playing Karn the Great Creator, I have to have some out to it, or I'm just going to be stone dead to it. Let's go. This hand has like no interaction, but that's usually not a big deal. Like against decks with clunky removal and big sweepers, Aether Vial is usually good enough. The only thing that sucks is if they play Karn the Great Creator, it'll shut it down. And maybe with all these Merfolk that we're drawing, it'll be good.
What did I miss? What did I miss?
Nothing. I didn't sideboard. I changed nothing.
And you have a perfect draw. That sounds good. Hopefully he doesn't have a braid. He does.
Yeah, well, they always have it.
They always have it.
The rule when you play Merfolk, they always have it, whatever it is. That was a good draw. Though.
That was a good draw. If I ever seen a good draw, that was one of them.
Just want something for Karn the Great Creator. Well, maybe we don't need anything for Karn the Great Creator.
It's so strange that you like a Merfolk deck and you know you get screwed by Bloodbones and Chalices and stuff. But
Well, no, well, I'm not normally screwed
I
by
know.
Yeah, but we this is what ended up happening. But I do get screwed by Blood Moon. Yeah, we need to draw into lands because this is basically a land destruction deck. Uh-oh, that's not good.
Yeah. Well, at least if he plays like Stone Rain next turn, at least you're like hitting him, and he cannot really play Karn.
You know
But
what?
yeah.
If I could take it back, I should have exiled the Master of Pearl Trident, so that if I
Yeah.
like Master Waves can be played under a Blood Moon relatively easily. The rest of this stuff can't. Your turn late here, Blue Delta. Turn late.
We had both Ether Vial and Force of Negation, and we're just gonna lose to Blood Moon anyway.
Anger? Yeah. Alright, we need Ether. I mean, if we draw Ether Vial, we might be fine. But we need... Or a single island.
Mm-hmm. This is gonna be a misery. He's also gonna like kill us super slowly, probably. Yeah, like with Nahiri. They don't play like Emrakul or anything crazy like that, right? Do they?
Probably. I mean, I don't know. Usually the win condition is Emrakul with these decks.
Oh, they do play it? Okay.
Yeah, we'll see an Emrakul in a few turns. At this point, I think we're lost.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way that he would play Nahiri without an Emrakul, right? So you're probably just gonna die, but I mean, it doesn't like immediately kill you. You can still draw into like, maybe you shouldn't. Yeah, I was about to say you shouldn't have played the land because like if he gets Emrakul, you sacrifice all of them, and then if you top back Ether Vial, you cannot play it.
Oh yeah, okay. So just let them. Well.
He would do it anyway, right?
He could have taken like one more turn.
I know. I'm just saying that I think it was better. Like playing the cover didn't really accomplish anything.
True. Alright, I have all my permanents. Let's see if we're gonna get like Lightning Helix to death now. Wow. Do an island.
See, a small mistake like that can
Yeah.
make a difference. You would probably still lose, but like. Yeah, okay.
Interesting, they played around Force Negation the first time, but decided not to this time. Alright, we concede. Move on to the next match.
Hopefully it's not going to be an quick 0-3, but...
well, I doubt it. I never go 3, but, well, I shouldn't say never, but very rarely. But this is, you know, it pains me to be playing something like this because this Blue White Merfolk deck is meant to beat the prominent modern decks, whereas if I were to play just a mono blue Merfolk deck, this is just, well, I don't know, maybe it's not even a piece of cake because they're still playing with Karn and I still have to have some answer, but usually like one Brazen Bar would be enough, or just one counter spell.
Mm-hmm. Well, if he played well, we would lose the second game anyway, so...
Yeah, we were destined, we should have lost the match anyway. But if we played well, maybe we wouldn't have been in a losing position in the second match. Throwing away our Curse Catcher when it could have been Force Negation food.
Mm-hmm. I don't really think it would end up mattering that much, but it was definitely a mistake.
Are you itching to play some Merfolk? Have you seen the spoilers?
I haven't seen the spoilers yet.
They printed a Spreading Seas on a Merfolk, basically.
Oh, really? What does it do exactly?
It's a 1/1, 1/1, kicker 1. When it enters the battlefield, target land becomes an island for as long as it's on the battlefield.
That sounds pretty bad. But...
And so long as the opponent has an island, he gets +1/+1. So it's essentially like a 2/2 for 2, and you get island block.
That sounds actually pretty good. You're definitely gonna try it out, I'm sure.
Because one of my biggest problems is like playing Spreading Seas on turn 2, and like I'm not adding to the board, and my opponent just ignores it. Like even against that in that last match, if I play Spreading Seas on turn 2, they just ignore it and they just do something else.
Mm-hmm.
This is where I'm gonna hope my opponent is not playing a burn deck.
Curse Catcher, go!
Yeah, go go go. You were unplayable for years. This became a really bad card after a while.
I mean, it was never
This is a,
like great or
this is a
anything.
brutal matchup.
Yeah, Elves doesn't seem like a good matchup.
Oh, it's terrible. It's just terrible. All right, go Curse Catcher. Show that Heritage Druid who's boss.
I
Oh,
remember
maybe
I remember the matchup being horrible in Legacy, and I can't really imagine that it gets any better without Force of Will. So, um,
yeah, it's pretty bad. It's I might say it's a little bit better in Modern than Legacy, because uh in Modern all you have to do is deal with like one of their most important creatures and you can keep the balance.
mhm.
So here, maybe do we get rid of this guy? One or more elves.
Well, I think
Because
you
this is a
should.
win condition and it creates a bunch of elves, so I actually might be inclined to kill this
Also, if
thing.
you kill it, he might not have like enough elves to activate Heritage Root next turn.
Maybe. So I would say elves is more beatable in Modern than Legacy. Legacy is pretty brutal. I mean, they have so many uncounterable spells.
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't really
And
play
red,
it
they put
recently. I
no
meant like, you know, 5 years ago or something. So
Well, it's still pretty bad now.
I'm saying it
You should
probably got
play
a lot
Blade.
worse for Merfolk because they printed the one drop that gives every creature uncounterable. So it's
Mhm.
probably a nightmare right now.
Let's see what happens with Skyclave, you know? Like, um, I never played with Skyclave versus Elves. Maybe this is going to be a good one. Do they have any? Do they only look at the top card? You may look, so we cannot see.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say if we could top deck either another Skyclave or Glasspool Mimic. That would have been good. How greedy are you?
I'm pretty greedy because I'm gonna explain. Like even if you miss, you basically put like it's the same amount of damage for the next turn. Like if you play Lord here, that's like 5 damage that you get. But if you play the Adeptus Cruise Catcher, that's also like 5 damage next turn, kind of. Um, I don't
It's
know.
hard to push through that damage.
You can also draw like a Path to Exile or something.
True story. You convinced me, Patter. You convinced me.
I'm not
Let's go.
sure. I'm not sure, but I think
You know what? I'll take that.
yeah, that's fine. But
All right. Let's
this
hope
turn
we
is
don't
probably
go
gonna
off
be
one
pretty
one.
ugly.
Oh, here they go. Time to go off. But if they don't have any win condition, then this stuff doesn't really do anything. They do need some sort of like Lord or that Elvish War Master.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's just a bunch of mana dorks, whatever, we play a Lord and we stone block all of them.
Yeah, the problem is that oh
Oh,
shit,
this looks like a problem.
we can Path to Exile it maybe.
Better, we need to draw these cards.
I know, I know. I'm just saying that it's not like immediate GG.
They just printed Cursed Totem. Okay, so they have like a partial win condition here. Cursed Totem will shut this deck down.
Do you think you're gonna play it? It's also good against the company deck, right?
Yes, it's good against the company deck. It's good against Hardened Scales, which may or may not see play. It's good. It's actually good against all our bad matchups. I'm at 5, so I don't know. Like, it doesn't really matter. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to amass a board to block everything next turn.
I don't even know if you have any outs. Probably not. G fucking G.
Moving on.
So far it's looking bad for our good old Merfolk.
Why can't we play against the good decks? No, I'm just kidding.
That's how I always felt about Merfolk, that I kinda always just wanted to play against like the tier 1 decks, and you know, when I was paired against some of the worst decks, it was actually pretty bad for me
I know, I
sometimes.
remember you hated losing to Bogles, even though that was a good matchup for Merfolk. That's a good one, because they hate Spreading Seas and Chalice of the Void, and even like one counter spell sometimes. It's not really. I guess I can play Bind the Monster in this matchup. It's not that great. Actually, I do want. Okay, hold on. So this is not a matchup about card advantage. It took a really long time, but I realized Silvergill Adept is not good in this matchup.
Wow.
Basically, any matchup where they're just gold fishing to a victory against you and there's like no removal involved, Silvergill Adept is useless.
How
Just
about Curse
side it out.
Catcher? How about Curse Catcher? Is it better just because you can curve out better with it?
Yes. It's good because you can curve out. Occasionally, maybe you'll stall their collected company by a turn.
Mm-hmm.
So Master Waves is actually good because you can go wide.
I'm gonna take your word for it. Like I don't really.
Maybe I'll take out one Spreading Seas because we only want to see one a game. I'm not sure about buying the monster. I've never played it in this matchup.
It's
Maybe
probably
it's
good
garbage.
enough, I guess. I guess we will find out.
Keep. Even though we're missing some tools
Oh,
here.
these hands are just like so awkward all the time.
But hopefully it explodes. Come on, Hollow Fountain or something like that. There we go.
Nice.
There, we just curve out.
All you have to
And
do
then
is
maybe
ask for it.
Yeah, we just have to ask for it. Well, where was the islands in that Ponza matchup? The Elvish War Master. Well, they're gonna have a good turn here.
Yeah. I mean, the combo of War Master and Heritage Trait is kinda insane.
But that I will definitely pass. Oh, it's a shapeshifter, so he gets Island Walk.
Ooh. It's actually funny.
That's okay. Okay, so
You can. Do you think that giving them additional mana is it might matter? It will probably not matter. He has like infinite mana, but I'm just asking. Like it's basically a question of like free damage versus giving them extra mana.
I think it's better to just.
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah, I think so
they
as
have
well. I
infinite
just
mana
wanted
at this
to.
point. I just have to prevent them from, well, chaining a bunch of creatures.
No,
up the
of
top
course,
their
of
deck.
course, but you can kill it on upkeep.
Oh, I see. Well, I can't attack right now if I
No,
do that.
that's what I'm saying. That like you either deal free damage or you give them extra land. And like I think he has enough mana already that it's probably better to deal the free damage, but I'm not sure. That's why I'm saying it.
Great analysis. Let's kill this damn thing.
Okay.
And well,
Yeah, it's a lot closer than you thought in the beginning, right?
I will still exile it. Now here's an interesting question. Do I go for a big turn with like if I play Glasspool Mimic now, I will definitely get Master of Waves out next turn. Or I YOLO it, I play Mutavault, hope to top deck a land. I mean, maybe, I think we're going to have a few turns left, so maybe I'm going to hold on to this thing, because
Sure.
comboing this with Master of Waves will most certainly be a victory.
I think I kinda agree. Don't forget to play the land, by the way.
Thank you very much.
No, I don't think you would,
That's
but
the game.
I just wanted to, you know, because normally you would play it on F6, so I was just like a little bit afraid that you might have forgotten, so I just wanted to point it out.
Get those things in. So what is this? Elvish War Master shown again, so they're going to have tons of creatures.
They don't get trample if he pumps them, right? They get dead touch.
No, they gain Death Touch,
That's so weird.
which is also a disaster. But they have to tap their creatures if they want to give the +2/+2, so... It's a bit awkward. It's a bit awkward synergy. So you tap your creatures to make mana to pump up everything because it does require 7 mana. Okay, that one's a bit of a problem.
That one is a little bit of a problem, yeah.
That's the one you sort of want to path. But, well, if we draw a land, I think we might be okay because this Master of Waves into Glasspool Mimic will be great. So I'll tick this thing up. And if we draw a random creature, whatever, it might be fine.
Nice.
Oh, we got the Pluto Delta.
You can even get the extra token, right, with the trigger on the stack.
Yep. Absolutely.
That's a cool combo, I have to admit. See, like now that I saw your deck list, it kind of like makes sense that you're playing that card. But if I didn't talk to you, like I wouldn't maybe even think of the card.
Oh, which card?
The mimic. Like if I just went to play a modern tournament tomorrow, I might just like not include that card because I just wouldn't think of it.
Damn it, this is getting close. We're making a bunch of creatures. Like we got an army, but they also have an army.
How many creatures
Army
they have?
can give us
3,
example.
6, 9, 11.
We need more Master of Waves.
Damn, we're gonna lose this game. Probably.
I have 10, 12 creatures here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He has
6,
both
7,
like trample and death touch, so like if next turn it's gonna be pretty ugly.
Wait a minute, I do have a Mutavault. I think we can just... Can we go wide? Okay, so which one are they going to use? They left up 1, 2, 3. So they have 5 mana for...
Is it re? Yeah.
Oh yeah, so it's going to be +3/+3, right?
Yep.
And they could just like add mana and regenerate their creatures instead. Well,
But
if they tap out, they might die because this is like an enormous creature.
Also, he cannot get a death touch, so you can like just like chump some of them. It's not like he has both trample and death touch, right?
Yeah, that will be completely lethal. So I think we got to block maybe everything. What is this? Regenerate another target elf, so you can't regenerate itself. Well, here's the thing. I think if our opponent taps out, they die.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And if
'Cause
he doesn't, you just trade. So
Master of Waves and Mutavault.
that makes sense.
Do I want to... Okay, so hold on. Now, do I still die? Because I'm only absorbing 2 damage. This is 1, 2, 3, and then we get +3/+3. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, plus the 3, 24 damage. So I gotta double block things. So how many extra creatures did I block? So they're attacking for essentially 24 damage, right? So 3, 6, 8, 10, 10, 14, 17. 17 plus 21? 38 damage. So I need to say 38, and I got 4, 6, 7.
8, yeah.
4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. I go to 1, if I calculated that correctly.
I think so.
And I don't have enough to go wide, but then everything would die, or almost everything would die.
Like either scenario is fine, right? Like either you trade, or he dies. I guess he can like regenerate like 1 or 2 creatures, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, I guess if you don't go trample, you lose. You definitely lose.
Yes.
Sorry, if they go trample, they definitely lose.
Nebo tam vedle.
Yeah, so they're just YOLOing it,
Hoping it works out somehow.
Hopefully we didn't miscalculate. I calculate we go to 1. I hope we just don't go to -1.
I mean, I didn't make sure. I actually don't know if the math is right or not, but yeah. Nice. Yeah, he just thought it's gonna work out, but it didn't.
They might not have had a choice. All right, they concede.
Props to
Maybe
us
it's like
for keeping the mimic though. If he didn't, we would certainly lose.
All right, we're gonna run it back. I would say that one thing that makes this matchup harder is they still have all the key elves, but they added Realm Walker and the Elvish War Master, which like overloads our very few removal spells that we already had. This hand is very bad. We will never race them with this hand.
Yeah, this hand just doesn't seem like it can really win.
They mulligan to 6, that's great.
Fuck.
Hand's unplayable. Well, they mulligan to 5.
I mean, maybe like you get a scry. Maybe it was better than going to 5 because if you hit like one land, you have 2 removal spells and a while.
What's scry? This is London Mulligan here.
Oh, sorry, I'm an idiot. What the fuck? What the fuck am I saying?
How long have you been playing? When was the last time you played Magic?
Like right before we called, I played Arena for like 3 hours. I don't know.
They mulligan. This is such a bad. Oh, this disappoints me. This is a bad matchup. Why couldn't we keep a decent 7-card hand when they mulligan to like 5?
You have to keep now, right?
No. With the London Mulligan, you should be more greedy. Like
Sure.
I could keep this and like just lose. Like you can have good hands at like this is fine. And keep this.
It's actually pretty good.
What do I keep though?
Like 1 land, 2 creatures, and while.
No, I would get rid of the vial because when you're really low on resources, you're just slower. You're just better off playing your land drops and then curve out.
I don't really think so because like with vial you need only 1 land, but like keeping the land is like almost the same as keeping the vial, right? But just
because
like...
you're tempoing yourself out. You don't play 2 drops till turn 3. You don't play 3 drops till turn 4. And in this matchup, you really need to compete on every turn.
Sure. I mean, I wouldn't do it, but
I'm definitely gonna dump these 2. So now it's a question: what of these 3 I keep? Maybe I dump Master of Waves because I'm just really low on lands, and this can at least exile something.
Sure.
But it's hard to tell. This can potentially gives us a better chance of winning the game.
I mean, he's also at
You know
5, so...
You know what? We have Mulligan pretty far. Maybe Skyclave Apparition is fine in this situation. They'll play like 1 good card. We exile it. Maybe we can just win from there. Jeez, this is not what I wanted to see. And they have Nurturing Peatlands, so they can sort of grind themselves out a little bit. Elvish War Master, Gwynen's Elite. Gwynen's Elite. Okay, so this is not the end of the world. See, that's what we need to exile. So they might have 1 good turn. Oh, good, we drew a Flooded Strand. I guess I'll play Master of the Pearl Trident just to block, just threaten to block Elvish War Master. So we're gonna get hit for...
Oh, he drew something? That's unfortunate.
No, they're just sacking Peatland.
Yeah.
Maybe they drew something.
Now it certainly does seem like they did.
Or maybe they're setting up to draw something.
Uh-oh.
We don't know. Okay, that is something. What is this? Pay how much? Pay
5, I think.
5. Well, that's a pretty good card to draw. That's a very annoying card.
Yeah, maybe you're just gonna screw it.
You see, if we had Ether Vial, we would have nothing in play on this turn.
No, you were right. It's not like I was, it was just like, my first instinct was to keep the vial, but I don't know, you were probably...
Well, if I want the Heritage Druid, they won't have the mana for this thing, because we're going to exile this next turn.
Mm-hmm.
This is not bad. Could be worse.
There's still a small hope, I suppose.
Well, actually, we're at 6, so maybe there's no hope.
That's so annoying about the elf deck, that like they just like present these like problematic permanents, but at the same time they're just like attacking you kind of randomly.
What is this? 4 damage. I take. All right, on to the next match. Now that is a very bad matchup, but it's also a fraction percentage of the metagame, so it's not something I particularly worry about.
Yeah, but that's kind of common
And
in Modern that, you know, you just play against like random decks.
let's not forget we mulligan to 4.
That is true.
So we also mulligan far versus a very bad matchup. If somehow I could I would say this, like in the past, like a lot of things changed with Merfolk. Like in the past, mulliganing down pretty far with Merfolk wasn't so bad because Spreading Seas, Mutavault, and Silver Gill Adept gets you back in there. Now mulliganing with Merfolk is really painful. It's really, really painful. Like other decks just have more card advantage than you. Like Seasoned Pyromancer, Bone Crusher, Giant. Like the threat density that Merfolk used to take advantage of, it's just not really there anymore.
That makes sense.
So we have to attack on another axis. This hand could be great. If we are up against the right matchup.
I have a low confidence right now. But, you know, the good thing is that if you lose this match, the video is actually not gonna be that long. So, you know, maybe that's an upside that I can take.
Against Burn. Which I'm hoping is going to be good. Given that we've got a Curse Catcher and we have a bunch of Master of Waves in our hand. Actually, I don't know what to look for. Give me anything. Just don't play Skyclave. Don't play Eidolon of the Great. We have another Master of Waves coming up.
Yeah, Eidolon is kind of weird in the matchup. Like, when they're on the draw, it's not even, like, that good. But sometimes on the play, it just completely screws you.
Great, they're mana screwed. I'm going to play the Glasspool Mimic. I have nothing to play this turn.
Yeah.
And it guarantees a turn 4 Master of Waves.
Oh, he drew the land. Fuck.
I think we'll be okay, because we'll play Skyclave. They'll probably want to Searing Blaze that, and then we'll, I don't know, Master of Waves into Master of Waves into Master of Waves is pretty devastating.
He needs to draw a land to be able to Searing Blaze it as well.
Then they'll get like a 2/2 creature that they can attack with every turn. That has no power here.
That was the best possible outcome.
Do I attack?
I don't think so, but like you don't want to make a trade. You would just attack because you think that he wouldn't block, right? Like there's a pretty good chance that he wouldn't block. I guess he wouldn't block, but I'm not sure. It's probably better to attack now that I think about it more.
Yeah, okay. This might get close. It might get close. And even if they do block, like, who cares? They're gonna get a 1/1 out of this. We need to redeem ourselves here. This is actually one of the matchups that I brought Master of Waves in for. Like, I brought Master of Waves back into the deck because I was struggling against Burn, and I'm like, I'm playing with Curse Catcher and Counterspells. Why am I losing to Burn? So, Master of Waves better be worth it here. This gigantic 4-mana dummy.
I mean, it does say protection from red, so that should be pretty good against red deck.
You would think so, but you know, Stomp says damage can't be prevented, so there's like a natural skull crack in everyone's deck now.
Oh.
Oh, Master of Waves, it used to be invincible, right?
Yeah, I remember.
Back in the day.
I remember the days of like Chant and stuff like that, and like Master was just like, it was just a house, man. Like you just played it, and you know it was just great every time. But
it's like Kozilek's Return, Fatal Push, Assassin's Trophy, Collective Brutality, Bone Crusher Giant in addition to sorry, the Stomp from Bone Crusher Giant in addition to Skullcrack. All right, the master has arrived, and the family is waiting. Oh no, they can play 2 spells a turn now, so they can like play Bolt and something. Searing Blaze. This sure.
We can still very easily die to like Lightning Bolt plus Boros Charm, but hopefully he doesn't have that.
We can do. And we know that they have card. Well, I mean, they might have Eidolon of the Great Revel in their hand or something. So we have to hope their hand has like more creatures.
Unfortunately, the token that he got is not red, so.
We're gonna take it. All right, so they have to kill us here. So one thing that might help is if they have 2/2 mana spells in their hand. See if that's the case. Oh no, it doesn't matter. That was just 4 damage.
Unfortunate.
Burn is still burning.
Burn just burns people every time, man.
Yes. Okay, so we're playing with Master of Waves. I'll play with Spreading Seas on the play. And I'll bring in all the Force and Negations. Although it's actually not that great against Burn. It's awkward because they can just play at instant speed. Although usually they'll play Searing Blades on their turn.
Yeah, I agree, but I think it's still good enough.
Get rid of the Rejuries because it's the most expensive. Actually, I'm not sure about Skyclave in this matchup.
Yeah, it seems pretty bad. Rejury can at least like help you race or something.
Maybe we'll put a Deprive in.
How about a 4th Path to Exile? You think it's too many? Like you're on the play, so you need it less. Maybe when you're on a draw, then you want the 4th one. Like I'm not really sure. Just saying it.
I mean, it's an idea. It's an idea.
I think having 3 on the play is fine, but just wanted to.
You want a 4th one?
No, I don't really want. No, I don't really want it. No.
Well, okay. Honestly, like if we just stabilize, you know what? If we just stabilize the board, we can't. We basically usually can't lose. That's just generally how it is. Like if we just keep our life total high, you don't lose to Burn. It's like what other interact? Like I don't even need many creatures in this deck. Maybe I don't even need Curse Catcher. Okay, we'll try this. Basically a Master of Waves deck anyway. We should be way more on the control side. Awkward but keepable. I mean, sometimes Ether Vial just wins.
Let's hope. Like I don't know. Some of my burn opponents board in like Destructive Revelry and stuff. Would you say that's like common or?
Yep. I would say so. It would probably not. It would be smashed to smithereens these days.
I see.
Destructive Revelry is only if they're playing Naya. That was like, you know, which was the flavor a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really playing Modern lately, and when I did, I wasn't playing a deck that you know, Destructive Revelry would matter, so I actually didn't even know whether they played or not. But you know, it makes sense. It makes sense that Smash the Smithereens is better.
Mm-hmm. Well, I certainly hope we don't go like 0-3 scrub out. Yeah, this would be the worst. This would be the worst one to lose to.
But that's actually interesting, right? Because like with Revelry, it makes more sense to bring it in because you can hit like Spreading Seas as well. But with Smash the Smithereens, you have only 4 vials, so they will probably not bring it in, right? Because you just don't have enough targets. What do you think about that?
If it depends on their experience, if they think I'm playing with Chalice of the Void or not, because a lot of Merfolk, like I just recently took out Chalice of the Void because I just didn't feel like it was meaningfully doing anything against the decks I was bringing it in against. I thought it was just a waste of sideboard slots, and I wanted access to things like Path to Exile.
Mm-hmm.
So if their experience says, okay, this probably most Merfolk decks are playing with Chalice, and a lot of them are. Maybe our opponent's already is trying to look or was looking me up, like looking for a latest deck list of mine. They might see Chalice of the Void and say, well, I have to bring this in because Chalice on 1 and 2 is brutal against Burn. particularly 2. Jealous on 2 is great.
Our opponent is thinking about this mulligan, or he just went to a toilet. That's probably more likely.
I think the most likely thing is they're multi-queuing. Because they're like...
Just
this
a
is
burn deck, yeah, that
we
makes
can play.
sense. That makes sense.
Maybe they went to the toilet, I don't know.
Let's hope that's the case, because if he's double queuing, then this is gonna take a while.
So you thinking of getting back into Merfolk, Patrick? We could use you. We could
Well,
use you.
I didn't want to get back into it, but after this great performance, I cannot wait. I cannot wait to, you know, put my hands on it again.
There's some good stuff coming up. Can't wait for the new Merfolk. There's like a 3/4 Merfolk for 3 mana that gets indestructible if you have 2 other Merfolk in play, and whenever it attacks, it draws a card. So hopefully that evens the odds. I'm looking forward to that card. Excellent, Goblin Guide. You showed us the way. Oh.
So many great options here. Probably just spreading
Oh,
CC. Yeah.
I'll go for the spreading seas. It potentially could just win the game right here, and we can always use more things to play off of Ether Vial if necessary.
Yeah, I agree completely. Almost every single card in their deck has like a actual symbol in mana, right? So it's just like a stone ring.
Yeah. Well, except for I mean, yeah, it has to use at least one. So yeah,
What's the card that they can play off colorless mana? Like maybe Skullcrack or something?
Skullcrack and also Skewer the Critics can cost 1 red, 3 generic.
I see.
If they want to hard cast it. Yeah, so they got Skullcrack, they've got Skewer the Critics.
I cannot really think of anything else. Maybe the Smash the Smithereens, but...
Oh, was the Suspend Burn spell, if they want to hard
Revolt.
cast it. Oh, no, this is bad. This is bad. Get rid of Spreading Seas on the draw. No! Spreading Seas is not good on the draw versus Burn. It's pointless.
Yeah.
You always have the mana.
Well, it is what it is, man. Maybe now you draw like 3 of them and you just screw them like randomly or something.
Ugh, this is not what I want to see versus Burn. Anyway, we'll keep it.
If he has a turn 1 creature or Eidolon, it's gonna be kinda ugly. Yeah.
Alright, find us Hollow Found, not Hollow
Seacrum
Found,
Coast.
Seacrum Coast. Wander One Hub. Force a Negation. Whatever, maybe I'll take that.
I don't know what we're like really hoping for. I was about to say that we're hoping for him to like not have lands and just draw the Spreading Seas, but that didn't really work out.
Found a Glasspool Mimic. Which I might pitch to Force Negation. Jeez, that's gonna be a lot of damage.
Well, O3 is incoming, man. I can smell it in the air. You don't have to feel bad about it though. Like the video would still be great, so you know.
No, it's not over yet, Header.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't. I didn't mean to insult you or anything.
We could fetch, take 1 damage, get an island, play Master the Pearl Tread, and start trying to block stuff on the ground. And we can still at least force negation something that they try to remove.
Yeah, I think that's the only option that we have.
Slowly build our board of lords up.
Yeah, I think that's the only option that we have, really.
I'm not losing to some stinking Burn player here. I don't care if the odds are not in my favor either.
I don't think you're out of it yet, but it's definitely not looking great.
I've definitely won some impossible games versus Burn before.
Yeah, me too, me too. Sometimes you just think it's like completely lost and you just like randomly win. Okay, that worked.
Yeah, that's something. Now we just need to top deck a Master of Waves. Oh, they might Searing Blaze on my turn though.
It's pretty smart of him to do that if he figured that out.
Let's see.
Do you think that he like figures out that you can have Force of Negation? Probably, yeah, right. Especially if he's like double queuing, he's probably playing a lot.
My upkeep when I have Force Negation. Like I said when sideboarding, it's not the greatest card versus Burn.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it has its moments, but It can be clunky. They just play it on my turn. Like, okay, so some things I'm thinking about is like attack with Master of the Pearl Trident, play Mutavault for the turn, and just pass.
You just don't want to play a creature, or you want to keep up the Force of Negation?
Ideally, I don't want to cast spells, but okay. So if I go, let's say I go to 12. Yeah, I guess I could do that. And maybe I can put the Hollow Fountain into play tapped and wait a turn. How many burn spells can they have? They didn't play anything this turn.
It's super awkward because if you play the Lord, he's just gonna like Boros Charm or whatever, and you go to like 7, and then it's like looking pretty bad. But on the other hand, if you don't play it, you just give him so much time to draw additional burn spells. So like,
We can attack for 10. Maybe their life total will be low enough that they can't cast spells anymore.
yeah.
And then we turn our Force Negation online because they still lose life themselves. Yeah, let's go for that. I can follow this up with a Mutavault. We can counter one thing with Force Negation and save 1 life. Okay, that's not a bad. That could be worse.
Yeah, that could be a lot worse.
Their hand is very interactive.
Oh shit! Another great thing happened. I'm just enjoying this this stream more and more every single turn.
This is another matchup where mono blue would be superior to blue white.
Well, I guess now you kind of have to play the fountain, right?
Not necessarily, but you know, let's just do it. What the hell is this? Is this?
Oh, he's going for the Lord.
Yeah, they're gonna try to get in damage with Eidolon. So we go to. We're effectively going to 7 from here.
Also, unfortunately, like we don't really have a target for the Mimic now. I guess you can copy Mutable. Does that work? Can you copy?
They have 2 more cards. Okay, take 3. You know what? I'm gonna just soak it up. And then I'm just gonna try to pat this thing and then try to cleanly save
that
damage.
makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
The hard part is they've got some card advantage on the battlefield. Where are you, Master of Waves? We need you. Oh, we need you, Master of Waves. And another reason I'm playing Master of Waves in this deck is specifically for this matchup. But it wasn't there for me. It didn't save me. Okay, so I'm gonna go to specifically 3.
That's way better than being at 2.
No, I'm gonna go to 1. Actually, I'm gonna go to 1.
Oh, yeah, no. after you puff, you're at 1. Yeah, but you're still alive, man. You're still alive.
I like to live dangerously.
Ooh.
Okay. Actually, maybe I don't do anything. What are the odds that my opponent doesn't have 2 burn spells off the top of the deck? Oh no, I can force negate once, but then I can never deal with this Eidolon for eternity. Because I get an opportunity to play Master of Waves right now, but they'll draw 2 cards, at least one off of a Sunbaked Canyon, and I mean, if they draw a land, I guess they could snap off both Sunbaked Canyons.
Well, if he doesn't draw a land, that means he drew 2 burn spells almost always, so that's also bad. Another thing is that if you pat here, I guess you will have Mutavault up, so he still doesn't kill you with like a Goblin Guide or something. I think you just play the Master, yeah.
We're in a bad spot. And maybe if we get to untap, we can play Glasspool Mimic and maybe win. We have a lot of power on the battlefield out of nowhere. All right, they're jigging. This happens. Some of these games versus Burn, they're close. Oh! What's it gonna be? Nothing?
Alright, Jonathon, you can do this.
Don't let it be Bolt on our turn. We got a second Force of Negation Petter.
Okay, so what do you want to do here?
We don't know.
Well, if he doesn't have 1 mana burn spell, which he probably doesn't, you can just buff and have 2 Force of Negations. Right? Potentially.
Right, yeah, okay, so if I path, attack for 4, I can pass the turn. If they throw a bolt at me at end of turn, I guess my only fear is, okay, they probably don't have a 1 mana burn spell. They might have 2, which in that case I can just wait till next turn. But they're gonna have a lot of mana if we path.
You can buff on upkeep. You can just attack first. He's not gonna block.
Right, yeah, I could do that.
Or not even upkeep. You're just gonna let him draw, because if you drew like a Goblin Guide or something, you want him to have the Eidolon in play.
Oh, there is a problem.
Oh, I see. If you buff, he can play a 2 mana burn spell in response, and then you cannot play Force of Negation.
Yeah, I can't.
So you just have to play it now. Just attack, and before blocks, just kill it, right?
No, we could attack, let them block.
Sure.
I don't think blocking is good for them.
So now you can buff and respond. Actually, it worked out pretty well.
So okay, so they'll take a lot of damage, so we can path.
Wow, if we lose this, if we win this match, which I think we will.
No, it's close. They
Yeah,
could
it's close.
Still,
double
could
burn
just rip
spell or
a
Goblin
creature.
Guide or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Because now Mutavault will be tapped down. I was hoping that on our turn we could activate Mutavault, block something, and still have something. Alright, hopefully no creature. 1 burn spell. Absolutely not.
Searing Blaze.
Do it, Petter. Do it. Does the league continue? Hold.
He doesn't have it.
They go LOLK. This is the magic of Merfolk versus Burn, people. We would have thought we were lost, but we weren't. We were victorious.
He messed up. He messed up with the lightning bolt, right? Probably.
I don't know when was the right time to play that lightning bolt.
Well, if he just like untaps, then like he attacks you, you activate Mutavault, and then he just plays Bolt plus Helix. What are you gonna do?
Oh, bolt plus Helix?
Yes.
Well, the thing is, I wouldn't let them attack. Remember, we weren't gonna let them untap, so it never would have happened. We were going to play the path that turn.
Okay, sure.
We were just waiting to
yeah,
I
guess it didn't matter. Yeah.
We earned that victory. That like sort of demonstrates how careful you need to be with Merfolk. So
Yeah, that was a great match.
It's one of the challenges with the deck. It like Merfolk in itself doesn't have a whole lot of power to it, so you have to be very, very accurate, or you can just lose on the spot. We found a way to every single turn we found some line that gave us some chance to win the game, and it all pulled through. It's a great demonstration of a game where you would think you're just dead loss versus burn, and then magically you win anyway.
You said that you're never 0-3, so, you know, at least that statement was correct.
Yes. Well, I wouldn't say never, but it's rare. Very, very rare.
I have to admit, I didn't believe that you can pull that game off, but You did, so.
Hopefully the crowd is still here even after the first two losses. They would have missed the good stuff.
So how is you? Do you live in United States?
Oh, Canada. I'm from Canada.
Oh, Canada. How is it with Corona over there?
It's terrible. It's very, very bad, actually.
Oh,
It's
really?
really bad. We're not manufacturing our own vaccines, so the rollout is really slow. We're like waiting on Europe for their vaccines. We're waiting on the United States. It's not. It's actually pretty terrible.
He has a Lotus. That means he's dead shadow, right? Probably.
Usually yes. It's usually Death Shadow. Sometimes it's Boggles. Sometimes it's Hammer Time.
Hammer time.
The sand looks good though overall. Like if it's a Thoughtseize deck, I'm very happy with the sand.
Yeah.
Double Master of Waves and a Silver Gill Adept.
Wow. I enjoy your YouTube content. You're so famous, man.
You know what? I almost never get salt in the chat, like for years, because everyone just knows who I am.
The humble brags keep coming.
The like 4 years ago, my brother and I, we loved people just ripping at me in chat because I'm beating them with Merfolk. And now these days, it's like, I love your videos, you're great, and I'm like, great. But anyway, no one's salty at me in chat anymore. They're just happy. Most people think they're in a video. Okay, this might be Grixis Shadow, which is like just unseen these days. Is a very good matchup.
What is the actual version of Dead Shadow right now? Red Black or something?
Jund. Jund is hands down the
okay.
most popular. Yeah, Jund not close.
Why did you not play the Mimic there?
I don't have anything to do. Well, I guess I do have something to do for turn 3. I was just trying to preserve it. I just wanted to get my. I want to put my life total as high as possible.
But
Maybe
it can very easily
I might-
screw you that you didn't play it. Like, what the hell is going on over there? He just didn't do anything.
they play double bauble hoping to get out of their one land hand and it
Yeah.
failed miserably. Because I have a lot of things to do at 2 mana. Like I prefer to preserve the Glasspool Mimic if I have the option.
Yeah, but what if you draw like I don't know Ether Vial here? You just like cannot really play it because you didn't play the Mimic, and for the most part you are gonna like play it anyway. I don't know. I disagree with it, but I'm not like 100%, so it's fine.
We got another Master of Waves.
I mean that's good, especially against an
they've
opponent
already
who doesn't
got
have lands.
Fatal pushes. Oh, there we go. Grixis. Oh, this might be Grixis control. There are some Grixis control decks playing Lyris. Yeah, like Jund Death Shadow doesn't make any sense because they would want to play Gurmag Angler.
Mm-hmm. See? Oh, it actually doesn't matter.
Actually, I'll show Master of Waves because this is a card I'm very likely to play next turn.
Still need to draw an untap land though.
Oh yeah, this Seachrome Coast is coming to play tap for sure.
Strictly better to play it here.
Yeah. Give the illusion of doing something. They did nothing. What is in their hand? Cryptic Commands and Archmage's Charm or something?
He can maybe have like a mana leak and just didn't want to counter Adept, but that seems really unlikely.
Especially after I showed them Master of Waves, maybe. I can't overload their counterspell, so I might as well try it. The hand must be very clunky. It's very dangerous. Oh, that's great. Fatal Push is the end of Master of Waves. They've already used up 2 of them. How are your interviews going?
Well, I think it's going fine. The problem is I'm running out of people to interview, so I'm trying to make like other videos as well.
You
But
could bring them on, you can bring on past people, but talk about other things than
yeah, but
yourself.
most people that agreed kind of like agreed uh just because I like knew them, and they thought it would be rude to like say no, but they didn't really want to do it. So like they didn't really want to do it for the second time for the most part. But I agree with you. Like I can maybe introduce some people for the second time, but
Well, then you gotta sense which people wanted to be on again.
funnily enough, I like because I was running out of people to interview, I like did some like other videos to just like try it out, and those videos have like way more views. It's not like I have many views anyway, but I like those videos were just like more popular, so whatever.
Well, I should have a few for Sprite Dragon. I think they play the few lists I've seen winning play Sprite Dragon. I guess they'll play probably a lot of Deprives.
Is Skyclef Apparition good? Seems pretty bad.
Seems terrible. Mm, probably prefer to have less lands, but whatever. We'll just keep it like this.
Sure.
It is garbage.
I don't know, like I didn't with the winter interview stuff. It was more like Corona got like extremely bad in Czech, like real bad. You couldn't really do like anything, and I was just super bored. And I was like thinking about doing this for like a long time. I was like, okay, this is the time to do it. And I just did. Like it doesn't really have like any special meaning. I don't really like expect to get money out of that or anything.
And our start is not too bad.
Did you see any of them?
What?
Like, did you watch any of the interviews?
Oh yeah. You didn't see through your analytics? I might be one of your highest
Oh, really?
subs. Like your YouTube analytics would tell you people they rank your subs based on how many subscribers they have, and I have like 24,000 subscribers, so I'm probably pretty high up on your list. But
Mhm.
it only looks at the last 60 days, so
That's a lot
it's a long
of
time.
subscribers. How long are you making those Merfolk videos? Like for
Well,
5
I
years
split
or
the
something?
channel up. I now have like general discussion Magic videos, and my Merfolk video channel it's got a little over 3,000
I
subscribers.
see, I see. Okay, that makes
But the
sense.
general Magic, like at some point, the discussion videos were getting like 10,000 views, and the Merfolk videos were getting like 1 to 2,000 views, and I'm like, okay, we got to separate this stuff.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, that makes sense now that you explained it, because I was just like wondering how are there like so many people in the world interested in Merfolk? So now I understand. Now I understand.
For the most part, they just want to. There's actually a lot of people who just don't play Merfolk. They just want to see me play.
Hmm.
They like my thought process. For the most part, because I'm dedicated to Modern, I give them a pretty good idea of like what's going on in Modern, for example. Even though they don't play Merfolk themselves. Okay, I'm gonna threaten force negation, even though that's exactly what I have.
Threaten.
Threaten force negation.
That was a an aggressive way to say it. I got a little bit scared when you did that.
I'd probably prefer to use my mana than not use my mana.
This is like one of the
Like,
games where it almost feels like it doesn't really matter in which order you play your cards. You just like they're just gonna run out of cards no matter what you do.
let's run out of cards one at a time. I mean, if they let this resolve and try to go for like a damnation or anger to the gods, they'll blow up in their face badly.
Yeah.
Or they'll just die next turn. Colgan's command? I mean, so long as it's 1-for-1s, I'm okay with that. Sure. And so far, there's nothing to use with Luris. Oh, are they playing Death Shadow? They just shocked themselves for nothing.
Did they?
We are
I
in
missed that. Wow. Well, they probably are if they did that. Like, why else would they do that? Maybe just misclick, but that's like pretty unlikely, right?
we are in the 1-2 bracket. You're gonna see more of that stuff in the 1-2 bracket.
You're
But they do
so.
have Death Shadow.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, okay. I would say I have a few too many counter. Well, now I want the Skyclave apparition back. We only have like 2 Path to Exiles in this deck. Huh. Okay. I think I might be better off to just play Mirror Regery, pass, and then hope to play 2 Lords next turn.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, if you play Lord in attack, like, he will just probably screw you over. This is way safer. It's not like you're dying to the Dechido anytime soon. I guess he can, like, have some, like, crazy turn with, like, I don't know, Dismember and Temur Battle Rage or something, but you have the Force of Negation, so, like...
Fear, Spell, Pierce.
It's so weird that he, like, didn't have any 1-mana discard spells the first game, but he's playing Dechido anyway. It's just, like, so unlikely that he didn't have both lands and discard spells. I don't know.
Something I forgot to mention, because I find Spreading Seas is so... Like, you tap down their creature and you sort of guarantee a clear path for victory. Oh, it was a Snapcaster Mage? Okay. But they're at 8. Close. So they kill Regery. Yeah, they're at just enough life. Well, next turn I can play Master of the Pearl Trident and hold up Force and Negation. They want to kill it. I don't know if that's going to matter. Okay, that one's going to come into play tapped. Surprised they don't crack the bauble first to see what they want to do with that land.
That's a good point. That's like a small detail that is kinda easy to miss, but you're right. Why did he not crack it on his turn?
Don't know. Then you would have to card this turn. Unless they already have something in hand that they plan on.
Yeah,
using.
maybe he has a Cryptic Command already. Does the Dechido deck even play Cryptic Commands? Probably not, right? Depends on the
This
list.
one with Lurith might. The Death Shadow deck's supposed to have Gurmag Angler and stuff like that, but you can't play Gurmag Angler if you have Lurith. So I'm just going to pass the turn. If they have nothing, I'm probably going to win. I can't win this turn anyway. I'd rather the Death Shadow's not going to get bigger. I feel sort of comfortable here. And I have 2 islands I can get out of this deck.
He does have something.
Oh, another Snapcaster Mage or a Drown in the Lock? Yeah, I'm going to defend this.
Well, he needs to top deck something, otherwise he's just gonna die.
Yes, exactly.
He might actually end up going 3-2 in this league. Impressive. I thought it's gonna be, you know, over quickly, but...
Merfolk's always good for a 3-2.
The good old 3-2 Merfolk. I've been there myself, so I understand completely.
Exactly.
He drew something! No! Jesus.
Okay, they draw basically 2 cards, but dig 3 deep for it.
This card is just kinda insane, isn't it?
It's a very underrated card. It's a very underrated card.
Well, I think people are starting to catch up on how good it actually is.
There's like a lot of cards printed prior that were nothing even close to this card.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunate. Okay, so it's not over yet, but I'm not thrilled. Oh, don't Inquisition me.
No, he doesn't have...
Oh,
he's just bringing Lurrus, yeah.
Lurrus is okay, because Lurrus actually doesn't do anything. Because I can still play a Lord, Master... What happens if I draw land? I can attack for 6?
Like, if he doesn't have anything, you might still be able to win. Because you just attack him, jump, and then attack again. If you draw land, you win, right?
Oh yeah, I have 8. 8 power.
Nice.
The magic of Merfolk.
Exaxes. Somehow it's always Exaxes with Merfolk. Like, the games are always, like, super close, and you just, like, kinda cheese them out.
That's a good way of putting it. Just win out of nowhere.
Nice. So you're currently 2-2, right?
We're currently 2-2. You're in this together. We're in
True.
this together.
True. I'm happy that you give me credit, man.
Yeah.
That's very nice of you.
If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be attacking with Mass of the Pearl Tread in here. Yeah, I wonder what the hell deck would I be playing? Would I have made a YouTube
Probably
channel
just
that would have
like
been popular?
different decks. I don't know.
It all like I don't even have a successful YouTube channel thanks to you.
But
I,
it
like,
could be
started off
it
with
could be
Merfolk.
the other way as well, right? Like maybe you would just like play different decks and maybe you would have even more subscribers. So don't give me all the credit. You never know.
But the neat thing about playing with Merfolk is you've got like a deck with no power. So I feel like I have a bit better objective opinion about like the power level of Modern versus other players that are like, oh, what are they doing to Tron? Why are they hurting my Tron deck? Why are they hurting our Amulet deck? Why are they like the people playing the best decks can get very upset. But I'm like, come on, you people are playing the best deck. What do you expect? You're playing some unfair nonsense. We won the die roll. This is a good hand, I think, on the play.
Yeah, Merfolk is just a deck that like really needs to be on the play. I guess that's true for most of the decks, but you know, especially if you get the hands without Ether Vial, it's just like so awkward to be on a draw.
Maybe we're up against Spirits.
How's that matchup? That's probably a good matchup, right? Like your creatures are just faster.
It was good until they got Skyclave Apparition. That changed a lot.
Oh, I see.
One Skyclave Apparition just changes everything.
Now
Okay,
it's
we're up against Blue Living End. Which main deck is going to be terrible because we have no... Ah, I was about to say we have no counter spells. And I'm very likely going to play this. Although I don't know... What do you think? Should we play it or...
Nah, I think I would wait and try to double spell. But I'm not sure. Like the problem is that if you play the Curse Creature here, you give him like a lot more time, so he can just play it on turn 4. I'm not sure if that makes any sense what I'm saying, but my gut tells me to play the Lord, but... Also, like, he might just have like a Lightning Bolt here. It might be better to just play the Curse Creature next turn anyway, or something, like, I don't know.
Oh no, they don't have Lightning Bolt because they would Cascade into that.
Oh, that's true. So,
They do
they
have
Bone
like,
Crusher Giant, maybe?
Power.
Oh, they... That doesn't work either. What do they have? Oh, they have the X spell, right?
Because it's a 3-mana spell.
I see, I see.
Well, there are some Cascade spells that aren't going to be affected by Curse Catcher because of the, what's it called? Because it's an enchantment. Yeah, let's see, there's going to be an enchantment here. Yeah, so like I can't actually interact with Ardent Play. Anyway, we're going to get crushed here.
What do you mean? You can't enter the Living End anyway, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. What am I talking about? I'm talking absolute nonsense. Okay, so I can hit this one with the Skyclave Apparition.
Sure, that's a start, I guess. You don't have to wait though.
You're right. I don't. Yeah, I'll play Rejury.
It might have been better to just play the Curse Catcher last turn. To be fair, if he has a additional land, it wouldn't really matter.
Well, the thing is, you force them to find 2 lands, whereas if you don't play Curse Catcher, they only need to find 1 land.
No, that's what I said.
Oh. Okay, so I'm going to take 15, go to 5. Okay, let's see the power of Merfolk here. It's here, chump blocking action. Oh, that is a very bad card in this matchup. Hold on. I can eat this. Chump block 1 thing. But I have to like chump block 2 things. Okay, let's do the obvious thing. They might have like an instant speed. They might have like everything here. They have 5 cards in hand.
Do they play like the red X spell? That's a different deck, right? That doesn't really work.
Yeah, that's a different deck. Oh, they're gonna scry Street Wraith. This will be a harder deck to beat because they can combo off at instant. Well, they can play more at instant speed.
Mm-hmm. So Force of Negation is a lot worse.
Yes. Well, maybe it's okay because they still have a sorcery speed way of doing this. Okay, so attack. I think I don't really have any good plans.
You're a fighter, man. I like it.
We are playing for a Here, I'll tap the Mirror
I
Reader.
mean, you can
Maybe I'll
still top deck like Master Waves or something next turn to
yeah, we
maybe
can
win.
top deck Master of Waves. All right, thank you very much.
GG.
I guess maybe I should have played Master Curse Catcher first. See, I told you about the Brazen Borrower, but they would just play this next turn. Okay, this looks good. All the counter spells look good. I think Skyclave looks poor. I actually think Master of Waves looks poor.
Mm-hmm.
They just blue removal. Spreading Seas is useless. Okay, maybe I gotta bring in some Skyclaves because I don't know. What do you think about Path to Exile versus Living End?
I don't know. Also, one of the guys has hexproof, right? The 5/5.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe just having Master
Okay,
is
maybe
better.
I don't know. Maybe Master Waves is better because we could.
Yeah.
Um,
Like sometimes you
I
just get
know they
like ground creatures and you just play Master and it's fine, right? Like it's sort of an answer to Living End in some scenarios.
yeah, I guess so. But I know they have. This is actually a terrible hand. It's not that good. Deprive and Master Waves is sort of a nombo unless you have Bile.
It is a little bit awkward, yeah. I'll let you decide. I'm not really sure what to do here.
I'm gonna mulligan. I think we
Sure.
can do better because this hand wants you to tap out, and you do. I think we do want to curve out and then hold up disruption, and I just can't curve out early enough with this hand. Like this hand is better, I think. I go Lord, Marijuy. We have 2 cards. Keep.
Do you just put a land back? Probably, right?
Yeah. Now I don't remember if they have any counter spells. I think the only counter spell maybe they run is Force and Negation. So.
Mm-hmm.
Or. So maybe. But I need double blue for Deprive. So okay, I'll get rid of the Cavern. If we have 6 power and try to disrupt our opponent for a little while, that might be good enough. I'd rather be playing against the other Living End deck though, because this one can like use Force Negation to protect their combo. Because they can like, there's one instant speed one at our turn that they can run. A Cascade spell. Or is there? This is just.
I'm trying to think. I cannot really think of anything, but it's not like I remember all of them 100%. But the instant one was like is like Violent Outburst, right? That's a green one.
Yeah. Maybe I'm wrong.
Which one do they play besides the one that he played last game?
I can't remember. Oh shit, they have Veil of Summer too.
Well, maybe he's just playing green to play the Outburst, right?
Oh yeah, maybe. I wouldn't be surprised if they're also running Veil of Summer. Don't show me petty theft or anything like that.
He'll probably just go like cycle into a Cascade spell and then you will win.
Probably. Alright. Got 6. We got our 6 power. Now let's just protect the hell out of it. Well, these are a lot of colors.
All right. So far, so good. So far as planned.
Good. Now the best thing would be
Lord.
a Lord. Well, whatever. We have a 2-turn clock anyway. But it might get us out of range of some other cards. Like this, I guess.
I mean, if you're not winning this game, then you know what game are you winning? You're probably gonna win though, right?
Yeah.
You're probably gonna win. He doesn't even have it.
Sure. This does nothing. They just want to show us their card.
Nice. Force of negation? There's no way that he has that card, right?
They might.
It doesn't really make
Oh,
sense
whatever.
to have it in your against your deck.
It's a 3-turn clock if I don't go for it right now.
Oh, he does. Holy shit.
Okay, so I have one more land drop to make for the turn. Oh no, it's a two turn
Yeah,
clock
yeah,
still. So
it's
it's
fine,
not that
it's
bad.
fine.
So I attack for 2. Next turn play Reedry for victory.
Even if he has it, like, it's not like he's killing you next turn, so you might still win even after living and, like, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, we got there.
Nice.
No blockers.
See, I would just, like, drop out of the league after the O2, but your persistence means that, you know.
What it means is you respect your time, because grinding a 3-2 is even right now I don't even feel like it's worth it for me anymore.
Well, now that it's
I'm
1
making
1 1.
content. I think my limit is 0-4. If I'm making content, if I go 0-4, okay, I'll drop that. I'll drop that league.
You still continue playing it O3 if you make a video?
If I'm streaming, like, you know, whatever, people are just there to hang out with you.
I see.
Not every match I play ends up being a YouTube video. I don't know. I think this is it.
Right, let's go for it. Let's just draw Rest in Peace and make it easy.
Yes. Grew your ingot chewer. Force them to have Brazen Borrower.
That's similar to the hand that you mulligan last game, so I assume that.
It is. I don't really like it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, Master Waves is pretty dead. This is not a good clock, even though it's card advantage. Again, if I had Aether Violet, Deprive is fine, so I'm willing. Like, we have more powerful cards in the deck. Like, Curse Catcher is a card. Where's our Curse Catcher? So I think we can do better. The London Mulligan. We got to put faith in the London Mulligan. Okay, I'll keep this. In fact, I'll dump do I want to dump? Maybe I don't dump Master Waves. You're going to be food for the Force Negation.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you didn't have the Force, then it would make sense to not keep it, but you do, so.
But it's a pretty vulnerable hand. We have only one piece of interaction, so if they can beat the Force, I mean, we're just dead.
How many Seachrome Costs do you play for?
Yeah, 4 Seachrome Coast. It ends up being better than Wanderwine Hub, usually. There's a lot of situations where you just don't have a Merfolk in your hand, oddly enough.
I mean, that's what happens when you put spirits in your deck. I'm not saying it's wrong or anything, but...
That's right. No, you're not wrong. That's exactly what happens. More things to... Well, what I like is we can just go Lord, 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 and put maximum pressure to try to kill our opponent. But the clock still sucks. We could use a nice timely Rest in Peace here.
They don't actually play like that many Cascade spells, right? Like maybe like 8? I don't even know what's the second one, but I guess it's just Outburst if he plays
Violent
Grima.
Outburst that they can play at instant speed. Yeah, so we're going to be able to counter this. Do I pitch Master of Waves? Like, it's a good... Yeah, we're probably going to pitch Master of Waves.
Yeah, I think so.
Just the clunkiest card. Well, now I think I'm going to play this and then double Lord next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they want to tempo me out with, like, Petty Theft or something, or, like, even if they put a board up, we can rebuild with 2 Lords. How much damage is this? Oh, that's a lot of damage. Well, hope for the best.
I mean, we can't really do anything else, so let's
Sometimes
cross our
they
fingers. Ooh.
They got another one. Well, maybe one thing for keeping Master of Waves is it would have given me the option to go like Lord and then Stabilize.
Mm-hmm.
Forgot about that option. All right. Well, we can still top deck on Master of Waves. Otherwise, I'm going to take a clean 13 here.
I mean, even if you top deck Master of Waves, don't you just die to the Sphinxes?
Oh yeah, you're right. They're flying. See, this is what we needed earlier.
Well,
Where were you, Curse Catcher?
I guess you can just concede, right?
Yeah, I doubt that they're not going to attack. All right, good games.
Alright, Jonathan. We didn't manage to go free too, but it was fun anyway. Thanks for your expertise. Before we wrap it up, maybe you want to tell people where they can find you on the internet if you want to. You already mentioned it a little bit throughout the video, but if you want, you obviously you can. Maybe someone scroll to the bottom.
You love Merfolk content. Well, I mean, actually, okay, so you can find me anywhere at Nikachu MTG, but I have a second YouTube channel for gameplay and also a morning show, which is called Coffee and MTG. But you could, the YouTube channel is called Nikachu MTG Streams. So that's like where you can find my other wonderful gameplay video like this one. What else? Yeah, that's about it. You can find me Nikachu MTG, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, all the good places. Instagram.
Alright.
They're on those. No, I have a TikTok, but I've never posted a single thing. Have you ever posted something on TikTok?
I posted something 2 times.
There we go.
And then I forgot the password, and that was it.
No way.
Yeah, I just lost my phone and I couldn't log into the account back, and I was just screw it. I don't really want to do it anyway. But I think it's actually like a good platform how you can get like followers pretty easily. So maybe I should post there, but I don't know. It's just not really for me. So. Alright, if you guys like the video, please click on the like and subscribe button, and see you next time. Thanks, Jonathan.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me on.